day 3 of nationals. I went to bed at 11 p.m. last night, but I didn't really sleep that well. We were just anxious before our finals day. We got a good lineup today. We're going to play Inferno first, so you guys will always remember them. I came a little bit earlier to the gym today just to spend a little more time rolling out and just to mentally wake up a little bit. Time to freshen up. One of the best ways for me to kind of wake up and stay engaged is to have minty chewing gum. That's my trick. Wow, that was a spectacular way to end the game, and I just had to step out for a moment. My voice is finally gone. Usually it's gone by like day 1, where it starts to get a little crackly, and day 3 it's like pretty much struggling to talk. But man, especially after that last set, always a battle with Team Inferno. Shout out to you guys. It's just one of the matches we always look forward to, and we mentally have to prep for you guys, because it's you beat us and we beat you guys. It's just always back and forth. And you guys were even stronger this year. Inferno was super tough because they just did not miss their serves. I mean, they had a few service errors, but every person, they had like 2 guys that just went on these huge 4 to 5 point service runs that we had trouble getting out of. And then we had a scrappy defense, so I felt like our team was starting to overswing because we were getting dug so much. But nice thing is in the 3rd set, I told the team that, look, the 3rd set is our specialty. This is where we thrive, because we knew how to be tough yesterday after beating Crimson in 3. And so I think it's really important that along pool play that you don't crush every match, because you want to be challenged on day 1 and day 2, or at least 1 point, so that your team can be tested. And when you are tested, whether you win or lose, you're mentally in a different grind mode. Whereas if every match is easy and you're blowing teams out, by the time you do get pushed, that muscle hasn't been activated yet. So even if we lost in 3 yesterday, like, I think it would have still set us in a really good mindset to just work a little harder. And going in 3, knowing that there's going to be no easy teams yesterday or today, was really good. But this is crazy. Jalen's already our most explosive athlete, but I would say our 2nd most explosive athlete is our setter, Donny. Shout out to you, man, with that bounce ball. I mean, he's been trying to do that all tournament, so I'm really happy for him that he got to do it in a big moment in set 3 in Gold Division playoffs. I'm happy that I at least got 2 kills. I'm really focusing on trying to just be really consistent with serving, passing, and defense. You know, at this level, we're not playing at the Olympic level, but even at this level, just 1 or 2 missed passes or mental slips can cost the game. Like for me, I totally blanked out, and this is why you have to call where the setter is before every serve. Because for that one play, I didn't call where the setter was, and I forgot he was front row, and he just got an easy dump. So you can't have any mental lapses. So luckily we had enough of a cushion, and other people were able to compensate. And luckily the team is just very positive, so they were able to encourage me and just say, hey, watch out for the setter, let's move on to the next point. So really grateful for our teammates. Now we're going to play the legendary Dude Wipes. This should be a big match. Man, that was such an awesome game. Can't believe that first set went to like the late 30s. That might have been the longest volleyball set I've ever played in. We had a slow start, and they were just, they're a good serving team, but they were just changing the depth, and it was such a high contact point that we weren't used, at least I wasn't used to. Just took me a while to adjust to it, and even towards the end, I just wasn't in a good passing rhythm. So luckily, Trevor and Brant were passing really well. And I know that when I don't pass well, there's other ways I can contribute, whether it's soft blocking, defense, serving. I did have one regret in that first set when I was hitting against the big oppo, Colin. Shout out to you, Colin, if you're watching this. Lots of great battles between our teams. He's 6'10", he's a huge blocker, and recently I've been working on my throwing as a way to add to my arsenal, but I just gotta go, in intense moments, I just gotta go with what I know I can do, which is just hit hard and tool off the block, and I was just trying to get too fancy, and they set me perfectly on that one, especially Brendan. He's always a good second setter. So I made a commitment, if I'm going to get another opportunity like that, I'm just going to effing swing at this. And I got it on game point to finish the game, and that was awesome. And just so happy to play with these guys. This is just a very mentally tough team. As soon as we make a mistake, we just move on, and it's much easier said than done, but it's a skill that you have to practice all the time. Like positive self-talk. As soon as a teammate makes an error, you have to go up to them and say, shake it off. Like, don't hang your head, keep encouraging them, and that's what everyone did for each other. So we came out. Now we got to play the homies, I think, and we played them on the first day, and it's a good team. Young athletes, they can do a lot of good things. So now we got to get a little coffee break. So I'm making a lot of changes this year. Usually I eat tons of food because I'm jumping and spiking a lot, but I'm not spiking a lot this tournament, so I don't actually feel that hungry. So the challenge is, how do I stay lean and light while being energized? Because I do burn a lot of calories. Usually I get like a croissant sandwich, which is high in calorie with cheese and ham, but I actually don't feel that hungry. But I know I'll get lightheaded if I don't eat something. So I got this chia pudding. It's from the Hilton lobby. I love chia seeds. This is really yummy. Another change too, I get so hot when I play, like in my organs. I usually get like a black coffee. I never thought to get like an iced black coffee. I like the caffeine, but I think the bitterness keeps me alert. So new change, always finding ways to get better. See how this iced coffee feels. Yeah, cooling down my whole organ system. Get hit with that bitterness. This is a good change. Time to get warmed up. This is our first semifinals ever in USAV history for the tall ones. You're gonna have to start calling me Game Point Coach Donny. I don't know if he did it on purpose or if the other person was out. I don't remember. Maybe Jalen, he usually gets Game Point, but maybe Jalen was on the ground or something. But like before every set, you just have to be mentally ready. You just have to expect to get set. And that one was just a little bit tight. I was like, but you still have to find a way. So I've been practicing. You guys have been following my vlogs. I've been really working on that wipe. It's always better to start from like a swinging mindset and then at the wipe versus start with the wipe and then try to swing. Just pushing a different rhythm. So now we got to play in the finals. This is our first USAV finals ever. So happy to play. Look at this crowd. This is the 50s division. Man, these guys can ball out. Oh, run and shoots. Look at that real system here. Oh, run through. Great technique. High ball. Woo, hit off the block. That was great. I'm telling you, man, this hydrate formula is coming in so clutch here. Fits perfectly. I'm gonna put a little bit more so I can get more salts. We got the team trying to stay loose for the finals. It's sour candy time. And we gotta get some to Brant. Brant.
Yeah. Oh!
Sour candy.
Do it? Like a championship candy.
Wearing the auto, the gold for the men's A division. Make some noise for, not the small ones, but the tall ones. It is at this time, captain of the tall ones, please step forward. Grab your gold and raise it high to the sky because you earned it. It is now time to announce the all-tournament team members for the men's A division. Number 97 from the tall ones, Donovan Constable. Wearing number 95 from the tall ones, Trevor Lau. Number 44 from the tall ones, Donny. Number 98 from the tall ones, Jalen Phillips. Congratulations, boys. Fans, this is your first, second, third, and all tournament team members for the men's A division. from Divers 70s, Mark Thompson.
My goal is to be like those guys playing at 70. That's a good volleyball. Still can't believe we got this. This is real. Also can't believe I got all tournament. This is the hardware. Still hasn't hit me yet. Actually kind of chilly right now, a little windy. Good thing we brought the Elevate hoodie and Brian convinced us all to wear our medals to dinner. He says, hey, you don't get to win championships very often, so he had a good point. Gotta enjoy it and just appreciate the work you put in to win this. We had trouble finding Buca di Beppo, but it smells like garlic. Follow the smell of garlic for Italian food.
I don't love it.
First course,
but it's a very
Caesar salad.
Let's tell us that, like, do that like every time. Or not
Pretty
like
standard.
a
Crunchy lettuce. Creamy sauce, pretty good. Chicken and Alfredo, got our white sauce, garlic bread. We got the green beans. We got the shrimp pasta. All right, we got the sampler platter here. Try the garlic bread first. Garlic bread's okay. It's crispy, not a lot of flavor. Alfredo.
I know, right?
How's the Alfredo?
I haven't had any yet. Garlic bread's okay as well.
Yeah. Spaghetti meatballs.
What's funny is I didn't actually always believe just in general.
Good flavor. I think it's just you gotta put Parmesan on top and the shrimp.
Kids who
Penne.
play, they're just like
no.
way the too intense. You're just like,
That shrimp dish is really good.
Shrimp is a
It's got like a grill flavor. Good call. Alright, every year I usually skip the players party because I just like to relax. I'm kind of more introverted after all this high energy stuff, but my team has convinced me that since we won the championship, I gotta go. So I might go for about 30 minutes. Is that okay, Brian? Is that okay?
That's appearance. Everyone's waiting for you, Donny.
Weather's actually pretty good. It's actually warmer now than it was during dinner, maybe because there's no wind. Welcome to the Key in Columbus, Ohio. All right, finally in. It's actually pretty cool. It's like an art gallery. All right, we just had to get to a quiet place. We're back in the crib with Brant. Thank you, Brant. Hooking it up with some White Castle.
Wait, this one doesn't have cheese.
I thought they were color coded at first.
Anything tastes good at midnight. Good morning, guys. My voice is officially gone, so I apologize if you guys can't understand me, but I have earned my tournament voice. It is Monday morning, the last day of the USAV vlog. Usually I do a recap at the end of each day, but I stayed up probably till 2 a.m. last night, or really this morning. And that's unusual because I don't ever go to the players' parties. You know, USA tournament usually hosts a really cool players' party where all the players who participate in the tournament get to go for free. It's just a fun place for people to hang out late at night. But you know, I'm probably like 60% introverted, maybe 70, and then 30-40% extroverted. I've always been mostly introverted by majority of my life. Like if you had a choice between hanging out at a big party or being in my room by myself or hanging out with just a few friends, I'd rather choose the smaller, quieter atmospheres, which is ironic because I'm a teacher, or I used to be a teacher, high school teacher, and I'm a coach, and now I'm a content creator, which is like very social or very socially giving. But I think I love helping people so much and connecting with people that, you know, that's kind of the price that I pay when I'm passionate about those things. Is it's just socially more exhausting. So anyway, I usually just sleep early that night so I can just get a good start to the week and conclude the week on some good rest. But the young guys, the CSUN guys, they're so fun. They claimed that I told them that if we won the whole thing, I would go out with them. And so, I mean, I don't think I said that, but you know, I wanted to go out for them because this is their first nationals, and just really grateful for them to be a part of this experience and to have this. So I'm gonna give my recap this morning. Man, what do I say? There's just so much to process. and it's still hitting me, and I wanted to relish every single moment. And I'm pretty sure I annoyed the other team, Future Fathers, because I was just super hype the entire game, even in the semifinals. And like for me, I'm always conscious of two things, or three things really. The first one is my impact on my teammates on the court. So am I making an impact? Am I making a positive impact on my teammates? Not just my skill, but my attitude, my energy. The second one is, am I making an impact on the players on the bench? Because I sat the bench for 2 years on varsity, so I know very well what it feels like to not be on the court. So try to make them feel engaged and appreciated and checking in on them. And the third one, engaging the fans. And I think part of it is just fun to get the fans involved, but you also never know who is watching. You know, I feel a responsibility for my fans that I have all these tutorials out there, so I better practice what I preach. But I think I'm in a very unique position that I'm able to still compete at a pretty good level while still coaching at a pretty good level. To have though both in one person, I know it's pretty unique. And then also, you never know what person that can relate to you is watching you, whether they're undersized, whether they started volleyball late in life, whether they're older, or someone that looks like you. You know, however they're going to relate to me, I always try to make sure that they know I am thinking of them. Not, you know, there's no way I can know everyone individually, but that I am playing for them. And, you know, the late, great Kobe Bryant, one of my biggest role models, he also got this from MJ, Michael Jordan, that he always gave his best because he's a, you know, hardcore competitor. But even when he wasn't feeling well, you never know who's watching in the audience, like who else you can inspire. And that was really touching for two of the greatest basketball players ever, competitors ever, to say that, you know, they play for that, you know, the people that are watching them, that come there, that maybe save their entire paycheck to come watch and get to watch their idol, and they want to make sure they put on a good show and inspire them. So I feel something similar. I mean, I'm not the most inspiring player. I get some kills per games. I don't get many blocks. Side note, I am disappointed that I only got one stuff block this tournament. I feel like this year blocking has been my focus, and at the VLA Western Cup I got 4 blocks, which is very abnormal, and I just feel like it's been a really good focus, and I've been getting better, and I only got 1 block. Anyways, after the game, like, just so many people coming up to me for those very reasons, saying, you know, I used to think I couldn't be a hitter until I saw you. There was a 70-year-old that didn't start playing again until his like 50s that said, you know, was inspired by my content. And I'm very open about my age. I'm 39 right now, and I'm going to be turning 40 in February. So half a year, and I'm going to be hitting that big 4-0. It just feels... and to do it in the finals, like just to do it in the biggest stage, and then to all, like, everything just happened exactly as I imagined it. Big stage, big kills, big celebrations with really good volleyball friends. And man, some people I've been playing volleyball against and with for like 15 years, like Ryan Bridge probably is the guy that I've been playing volleyball against, mostly against, for the longest time. And then Brandt, he and I have been playing together forever. But just to do it with people that you really care about, you know, off the court, that you connect with, has been really special. You know, not only that, like just having those glorious moments where you feel like you're unstoppable, and you know the fans are rooting for you, and when you get to deliver what the fans are waiting for, it just feels so amazing. And then afterward, to get interviewed by USA Volleyball and to share some inspirational words. But, you know, he gave me 2 minutes and said, what was the game like? And I really wanted to use that opportunity to inspire more people. I first played in USAV Nationals in 2014, I think. You can look up a really old video on my YouTube channel. And that's when I started getting back into volleyball, because I took a break after college. I remember walking by the feature court and just seeing Team Pineapple, Volleyball, you know, and these amazing players, these giants. And I thought, I want to be on that court one day. I want to compete with the giants. I want to play on that stage and win. I want to win a championship there. So 2014 is 10 years, a 10-year journey to finally get my chance to win. And even though this is the A's division, technically it's more like double A with some open because historically, I mean, you saw how good the teams are. Historically, a lot of those teams are playing open and double A, and unfortunately, they moved double A division to the weekday, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when traditionally it was on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so a lot of the double A teams, we kind of were communicating with each other, and we all decided to play on A's because I think a lot of people couldn't get off work. So that's unfortunate. I feel bad for the teams in the A division because we all took up like the top 20 spots. Hopefully USA will change that and move it back so we can have a full A's division and a full double A, but that's for another video. So yeah, that was my dream. And even 2 years ago when we came back to the Nationals, I remember walking by the feature court and watching dude wipes on the court playing. I was like, I want to be on that court. I still want to be there. I still want to train hard for it. And so to finally achieve that goal and then to win. And you know, Future Fathers is a very, very good team. They were in the finals last year. They beat us 2 years ago at USAV 2022. And they're just young, athletic kids. A couple of them play professionally overseas. And here I am playing open gym volleyball at the age of 39. You know, I often have imposter syndrome. But when I'm on the court, I feel like, you know, I deserve this, and I have to remind myself that, you know, I'm here for a reason. You know, and on that note, man, Jalen, our opposite, that guy was a high flyer. He received like 70% of our offense, and I think Donovan, our setter, one of the most athletic setters I've ever played with, did an amazing job keeping everyone at like a very positive percentage. Great decision making. And even though Jalen carried most of our offense, I still believe that we won as a team effort. Our passing, man, we were passing nails. We were digging. You know, I went on 1 or 2 point service runs, giving my team a chance. If I can bring my focus when I service, if I could keep the pass off the net, then we have a better chance of digging them, which we did. And then every time I got a chance, I had to play super smart. I had to be very accurate. You know, my goal was to give Jalen a break when he wasn't going to get set. I needed to make sure that I could deliver and get a kill so that he can take a rest before the setter goes back to him. And communicating, reminding people of their roles, knowing where the setter is, who's going to take what. Brant, man, I'm so proud of Brant. Brant, this is probably the best I've seen him play in a long time. And he's been struggling a lot with Achilles injuries. So for him to come in big and just be so steady for us. And Trevor, the outside. I mean, these guys are from Cal State Northridge. They're playing for the team. These guys are only 20 years old. And it's crazy that I'm playing with people that I'm almost double their age. I don't think they were born. They might not have been born when I graduated from high school. And for me to still play with these guys and hang with them, to me is just inspiring for myself. I think sometimes I forget how old I am. If you take care of your body, it'll take care of you. If you have a young mindset, you'll stay young forever. You know, those are the principles that I believe in. And sorry, I'm just going on all this. I'm trying to process so many things. And also to have so many friends in the stand. We have a lot of volleyball friends, like for the women's team. Shout out to Spike Tyson, always giving us their local support. But, you know, in that game, I felt like we're playing for a home crowd. You know, I'll probably share more thoughts when I have more collected thoughts. But this has just been an amazing journey, a 10-year journey to finally get here and to do it with people that you really get along with and you really care about, and people that you've been trying to build. Like, this is a team. One thing I've always been proud of for the Tall Ones, one of our values is we just don't give up. You know, hopefully you can tell that by our playing style. Even before we added the CSUN guys, even all the way in 2019, I made a video called the no free balls mindset. Like, even in the most difficult circumstances when you have to send a free ball, how can you make those free balls as difficult as possible? Or how can you take a swing on everything? It's just a mindset of giving them hell. If we're gonna lose a point, we're gonna make it really painful for them. We're gonna dig it, we're gonna touch it, like get in their heads that if they're gonna score, it's gonna be very difficult for them. And then there's so many times in this tournament where we either lost the first set or we're down. Like against Dude Wipes, man, that was one of the best matches I've ever played in. I think the score was 37 points in a set. I mean, we were down 5-6 points in the beginning, 8-1 I think, or 7-1, something like that. And then to come back to win, that requires some mental toughness. And I think this tournament, adding the CSUN players, you know, honestly, they're not that big. Trevor's 6 feet. Donovan is 6'2", 6'1". Those guys are amazing athletes. Jalen, I think he is maybe 6'5", 6'6", and he jumps out of the gym. He touches 12'6". But, you know, every other team, especially in the ones we played on day 2 and day 3, every team has like 4 or 5 guys that are 6'4" to 6'8", that are touching high mid-11s, high 12s. So it's not like the other teams didn't have great athletes, but I think our ability just to grind through those moments, and that takes that you can't just be athletic, because we've beat teams that are more athletic and bigger than us. But it's when you're down, I mean, that's really what reveals your true skill level. What do you do when you're down, and how do you treat each other? And one thing I always appreciate about this team is as soon as you make a mistake, even the seasoned guys, as young as they are, they have a very mature playing mindset that as soon as you just make a mistake, they go up to you and say, hey, that's okay, forget about it. They don't let you hang around the last point. So you're already ready to play the next one. And I really appreciate it about them. They were just a great personality fit and a skill fit for us. So, that's one of the values of our tall ones, that we never give up. We play hard for each other. I would say the two principles, very selfless volleyball, I would say, true team volleyball. So I'm proud that I'm able to, that's always been my vision for team sports. For those who watch anime, Kuroko no Basket, I've been reacting to that on my anime channel if you want to check it out. I relate to Kuroko, where he was playing on a team with a lot of talent, but his vision for basketball was, I want to play and win with a team of true team mindset, of selfless basketball, of playing for each other. And it is a beautiful experience to play when everyone wants to contribute to the greater good. And 6 individual great athletes on the court is not as strong as 6 athletes, even if they're less athletic, that play hard for each other. I'm looking at the timer on this thing. It's 16 minutes by now, and I don't know how long you guys want to listen to me ramble, especially in this voice. But yeah, more thoughts to share later, and I'm looking forward for you guys to watch the video. I think the video should have already come out by now. I usually release the vlogs at the end. But I want to say thank you again to all the fans that said hi, and I really try to get to know everyone, and thank you so much for watching my videos, for the players that use them to learn, and for the coaches that use them to teach their kids. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I never take it for granted that people trust the information that I give them, because at the end of the day, I'm a 39-year-old, 5'10" volleyball player that didn't play big time college. And for professional and great coaches and great players to use my content is really touching. So I'm already thinking about next year. We already talked about next year and how we're gonna plan for that. And I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna hit the gym tomorrow. I'm already training for next year. And we'll see if we can get back-to-back championships. And Ryan Bridge, if you're watching, I know you're gonna try to put together the Bay Area Dimes team. But if you want to be on another championship team, you need to play with us. All right, guys. Thanks again for everything. We'll see you next year. I did want to share one more thought as I was washing my face and getting ready to fly out. By the way, I'm about to fly to Arlington, Texas to be a content creator for the VNL Women's in Arlington, Texas. So it is like back-to-back volleyball trips. And I'm sure I'm going to meet tons of fans there. But my voice is already gone. Hopefully I'll have enough voice to talk to them. But as I was washing my face and just thinking about the tournament, there was a pretty big moment against Dude Wipes. Hopefully that'll become an annual rivalry. So shout out to Dude Wipes. It's always fun playing against you guys. You guys are such a good team. But there was a very critical moment where I went up to block, and of course people are going to hit over me at that level because I'm just not very big and I don't jump that high. And one of the opposites hits over me and gets my finger, and the ref misses the call, and in that split second I just choose to call my own touch. And that can go both ways. Like, I know people that never call their touch because they're really competitive, and I don't judge them. Now, unless both sides are agreeing to call their own touches, or if we have paid referees, people just are gonna act how they're gonna act. I don't judge them on their character. But one thing that was really inspiring for me a long time ago, this was actually at a 9-man game. It was Ngunlum, which is a big 9-man organization, was playing against Smash in the finals. It was like a game point situation. It was really close. Someone attacks the ball against the Ngunlum block, couldn't even see the touch in the biggest 9-man tournament of the year, when I think they could have won if he called no touch. He calls a touch and raises his hand. Smash ends up coming back to win that set. So they would have lost if he wasn't honest. And I just respected that man so much. They're like a Chinese youth organization. I don't know if they're a Christian organization, but I went up to him. It was one of the most inspiring moments for me, that he was willing to give up a chance to win a championship, choose to play with a certain level of integrity. And so at that moment, I chose that's the kind of volleyball player that I want to be. And for Dude Wipes, like, mad respect to them. They actually usually call their own stuff, and they don't have to. They're a good team, and we have paid officials. So whenever we have paid officials, I don't expect people to call, because it's the job of the officials to see those and call those. And also, by the way, If the other team doesn't call their stuff, I'm not gonna call my stuff, right? If you're gonna be that way, I'm gonna be that way. But if no one's initiated anything, I'm gonna try to initiate that call your own stuff. You know, we could have lost as a result of that. You guys saw how close that match was. And it was funny because some of my teammates, and I know Brendan, if you're watching, I know you love it when people call their own touches. He gets so mad because Brendan, he's such a good guy, but he hates it when people call their own touches. In that moment, I think people end up respecting you so much more. And it's not like I live for people's respect, but I do value the respect of others, especially when they respect you for the right reasons. Yeah, being able to do it in a big moment. And also, like, I feel like I want to beat somebody in the right way, like in the best way possible. I want to beat them because I beat them straight up, not because I got away with a call. But those are moments that hopefully I can pass on that inspiration to somebody else. Now, if I'm playing for the U.S. national team and the ref doesn't call it, like I'm not going to call my touch. those low stakes, and yes, those stakes are higher, but I think it's at that level, it really is up to the referees to dictate, try to dictate the game. I don't think people are bad. But anyways, enough rambling. We'll see you guys at the Vietnam event.